Everywhere, not at least within the cultural sphere, there seems to be a call from a tiny yet very vocal minority that every male character or good role model must have a female replacement. One only needs to look at the discussion surrounding who will play the next James Bond. And it's not just James Bond. In recent years, we have seen Doctor Who, Ghostbusters, Luke Skywalker, The Equalizer, all replaced by women. And men are left with the Craze and Tommy Shelby. Is there any wonder we are seeing so many young men committing crime?
That right there is Conservative Member of Parliament Nick Fletcher. And the reason I wanted to play you that video was so that you know that there are weak, pathetic men in countries other than the United States. He believes that because women are being cast in some roles that men used to have, that is why men commit crimes. And you might already be sort of figuring out that there's a few logical issues with that. So first of all, before Ghostbusters and before the talk about James Bond, were women committing tons of crimes? I mean, after all, they didn't have good role models. I mean, what were they watching? Like Killing Eve and Thelma and Louise. I mean, they see all these criminals and that's it. No positive role models. That's why women were killing everyone left and right. No, wait, actually men were still killing people back then. Men were killing people back when they had their role models of Dirty Harry and Clint Eastwood and, like, okay, there have been good and bad role models for a very long time. The idea that a talk about James Bond, which by the way, virtually everyone that they talk about for being James Bond is still a guy, or that Doctor Who had a woman, the idea that that is causing men to commit crimes is so on its face pathetic that I'm almost impressed that you would go and speak where you know cameras are and like culturally cuck yourself so thoroughly. It is so incredibly pathetic. I want to throw into this a tweet that Joe Rogan sent that implies that hard times create strong men, which create good times, which create good men, which create hard times. And the we're gonna put this into the video. It's like a little chart. The implication there being that he is one of the strong men. His life is being paid millions of dollars to chit-chat and gossip while doing drugs, which is a fine life. It's basically my life too, except for the millions of dollars. Hardly like strong men. He's not chopping down trees. Okay, so now he chit-chats before he told people to eat bugs. I don't understand these supposed alpha males. I just don't get literally any of them. They are so whiny, so constantly aggrieved and victimized. How is that consistent with any of their supposed alpha male stuff? I just don't understand it. And so, look, there is an assault against men, and it is men being dragged down by weaklings. Some of them have podcasts, some are members of parliament. You got Josh Hawley too. There are a lot of grifters that are trying to convince men to be weak, to be emotional, to constantly look at anyone who's not like them as a threat, and to as a result of that, to be so constantly scared, so constantly anxious, terrified of how people are perceiving you, that you will be desperate to follow these grifters, to be told what you can do so that you won't seem weak for a bit. It's pathetic. It's pathetic here, and it's pathetic in the UK as well.